Hello! Today we're going to talk about how to publish the Save Your Seat weekly chapter to the blog, which will also show up on the front page if it's a new entry. The first thing to do in the back office is go to Content, Publish, and Blog. Okay. Now the format that we want for the title every week is the same. Saved Your Seat chapter. We will do chapter 15 because 14 was the last one. Download for study next week. Okay, so the only thing that changes in the title each week is this chapter that is going to be studied clearly. The next thing that you put into the body of the blog, well, the first thing you put in there is an excerpt from the chapter, basically. So here I have chapter 15 up. It was on my computer. You can have the individual files, download them, and have them up. Anyways, I highlight the first paragraph and copy that. Then go back into where I'm working on the web and paste that right in there. Usually I fix this formatting because it has a larger space than you want. It's double spaced or something once you get it in there. So, oops, we need a space in there, and then space in there. Okay, so that's the format. Then I'm going to leave 2 line spaces and write this. Click here to download the 15th chapter of Save Your Seat for discussion at the study next Tuesday, and that will be May, oh my word, what will it be? May 6th. Oops, 6/14. Okay. So I'm going to keep going over this, but one really important thing is to save your work right away, because it tends to time out after something really short, like 10 minutes or something, and if you keep working, it won't let you know that it's timing you out, and then it will lose your entry, and you'll be really frustrated because you'll have to do it over again. So right now I'm going to close the status of this blog so that it won't show up on the front page yet, since we're not done. Then I go down here and I push submit because that saves it, and then I can come back and edit it. Now I know that it's been saved and it's there. I'm going to just push edit this entry and go back in. Alright, so keeping on working on this, something that we want to do for the quote, 2 things. We want to italicize, and we want to put it in a block quote. There's no button for that up here, but if you go to View Code on the right, you can work a little HTML magic and make a block quote. It helps to be a computer genius. Just kidding. I am not a computer genius at all. So then, to end the block quote, see how you put it in the front of the text. Once the text is done that you want in the block quote, you're going to have to close that out. So put that little chevron in there, and then to end it you put a / and then write block quote again. Then close that chevron thingy, whatever it is called, and go back to view content to see if it worked. And it did. It looks great. So now we're going to actually want to insert a link here so that they have something to click on. What I want to do is find the link. I have uploaded all of the chapters through chapter 20 onto this site already, so it's going to be there, and hopefully we'll go over how to upload them later, but for now just assume that if your chapter is uploaded on the site somewhere, you can find the link on the site somewhere. In the back office, here's another window of the back office. You can find it by going to Content, Files, File Manager, and I have these two same windows open, at the same time, so that I can go back and forth between the online file manager and then my blog entry. Anyways, what I want to find is chapter 15, right? So if I type in chapter, that's a pretty good bet I'm going to find it. It's right here. It's just called chapter 15. I right click on this and click copy link address. Now it's copied. I'm going to click back into the window where I want to add the link. Highlight, click here, push the link button toward the top, and Control V. I'm on a PC, I don't know how it is on a Mac, but either way, right click, push paste, or whatever, whatever you do, paste that URL in there, and then click add link. Okay, so that link should be live. We'll check it later. We're going to go down here to the excerpt portion. Highlight and copy your excerpt again from the book, and I use the first line or something right here. I'm going to shorten that a little bit just so that we don't have any questionable things on the front page, but yes, the Bible. Okay, basically just a line there for people to see kind of how that chapter begins, and that is the first however many words. So next thing is under thumbnail here, click add file, because we want a nice little picture of the Saved Your Seat book cover, and I guess it's not in this directory. There are two directories, so I think it's under uploads, I hope. Yes, there it is. I choose the one that says 7.3 kilobytes here. That's the smallest one. It's a little picture of the cover. It's a thumbnail. There it is. It looks great. So before we submit this completely, we have to go in and firstly go into categories and click Saved Your Seat, because that is the category that it is. And under options, we are now going to want to open this blog entry so that it shows up on the front page. Now we can click submit and see what happens. Over here I have my handy little front page of Jubilee website tab. I'm going to go down and see what happened. Oh my goodness, it's not there. So if it's not there, I know what happened. I forgot to refresh the page. Alright, refresh page. I'm sure it's there. I'm sure it is. The suspense is killing me. Alright, go down and see if it's there. Chapter 15. Dun, dun, dun. There it is. Alright, sometimes I make the dumbest mistakes, like not refreshing the page. Anyways, so it is there. However, it's right next to one that we just published, so I'm going to close it out until until tomorrow, so that it's not two things in one day that I just published. But anyway, that's about it for publishing. And there is another video on how to basically rearrange these first three news and announcements. These are the blogs. anything that you post in the blog, the first 3 are going to show up on the front page, and you can tweak the dates in the back office to make different ones show up on the front page. Anyway, but there's another video on that, so I'm not going to go over that right now. Just don't get confused, and that's how you publish the Saved Your Seat chapter.